Sama-sama kay Inday Sara, sama-sama kay Inday Sara, sama-sama kay Inday Sara, sama-sama kay Inday Sara.
Dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran.
Love you! Huwag ka mag-alala! Number 1 kita!
Siya'y isang simpleng tao, aking napatunayan. Mapagpakumbaba sa madla at maging sa kaibigan. Siya ay idolo ng marami, matanda at kabataan. Idolo ng inyong lingkod at tunay kong hinahangaan. At ngayong nakita ko na ang tunay na agila sa buong Pilipinas, siya'y aking ipapakilala. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh mga kapatid nating Muslim. Mayong buntag at magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Welcome muli dito sa SA4U. Live po tayo dito sa studio sa Davao City ngayong araw ng Biyernes. Sa ngalan ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang inyong lingkod, Tek Ocampo. Nasa ika-25 na araw na po ang Mahalin Natin ang Pilipinas Ride ni Mayor Sara Duterte. At kahapon ay nasa Iloilo City naman ang Uniteam. Kabi-kabilang pagtitipon ang dinaluhan ni Mayor Sara Duterte kung saan kitang-kita ang pagmamahal at suporta sa kanya ng mga kababayan nating Ilonggo. Kabilang sa mga sektor na nagtipon-tipon upang makaharap ang alkalde kasama ang Uniteam senatorial candidates ay ang mga mayors ng Iloilo Province at mga punong barangay sa iba't ibang bahagi ng probinsya. Nagtapos naman ang araw sa isang grand rally sa Barotac Nuevo Football Field sa pangunguna ni Apo Bongbong Marcos at Mayor Sara Duterte na dinaluhan ng libu-libong Uniteam supporters. Narito po ang ilang highlights ng pagbisita ng Uniteam sa Iloilo City.
Pagbalik po ng mga trabaho na nawala dahil sa pandemya. Mga MSMEs po yun. Karamihan na nawala ng trabaho, nawala ng negosyo, ay yung mga maliliit na mga negosyante natin. Doon po tayo dapat magsimula. And of course, ano po ang backbone ng magandang trabaho? Yun po ay kalidad na edukasyon. Hindi lang yung basta-basta edukasyon, yung may quality ang kanilang education. Para po ang ating mga kabataan, globally competitive sila. Hindi sila nagko-compete sa mga sarili nila dito sa loob ng ating bansa. Ngunit yung kanilang edukasyon, nagko-compete po sa pinakamagandang mga eskwelahan sa buong mundo. At pangatlo po, ano yun? Ang gusto ng lahat ng tao sa buong mundo, mapayapang pamumuhay kahit saan naman sa mundo. At lalong-lalo na dito sa atin sa Pilipinas, mapayapang pamumuhay.
At ngayong araw po, nandito na sa Mindanao ang ating future Vice President, Sara Duterte. First stop po ng mahalin natin ng Pilipinas Ride Team ay ang Dipolog City sa Zamboanga del Norte, kung saan pinangunahan ni Mayor Sara Duterte ang formal opening ng mga campaign headquarters sa nasabing lungsod. Nakipaghalubilo din si Mayor Sara Duterte sa mga supporter kahit na umuulan.
Bawal na selfie dia ha. Dito na ta pag picture.
Mamayang hapon ay pupunta na ang mahalin natin ng Pilipinas Ride Team sa Dapitan City sa Zamboanga del Norte para kaugnay ng mga aktibidad doon. Patuloy po nating abangan ang mga kaganapan sa mahalin natin ng Pilipinas Ride dito sa Mayor Inday Sara Duterte Facebook page at Inday Sara Duterte YouTube channel. Samantala, ngayong buwan ng Pebrero ay ginunita natin ang National Down Syndrome Consciousness Month. At alam niyo po na isa ito sa mga advocacy ni Mayor Sara Duterte. Kaya panoorin po natin kung gaano kalaki ang suporta ng alkalde sa lahat ng programa para sa Down Syndrome sector sa special segment na nilikha ng Ituloy ang Pagbabago Movement o IPM. Narito po.
Noong wala pang pandemya, ay nakasanayan na ang pagsasagawa ng Happy Walk bilang kick-off ceremony ng pagdiriwang ng National Down Syndrome Consciousness Month, kung saan ay dumadalo rin si Mayor Inday Sara Duterte. Hindi na bago ang pagsuporta ng Mayora sa Down Syndrome Association. Sa katunayan ay nagpapasalamat ang buong asosasyon sa food sponsorships, pagpapagamit ng mga libreng pasilidad, hospitalisasyon, financial assistance, at iba pang tulong na ibinibigay ng Davao City LGU sa kanila.
Hindi po madamot ang ating mga leaders sa city government. Ang support po nila. And they are also helping us promote inclusivity sa community.
Isa rin sa ipinagpapasalamat ng asosasyon ang pagbibigay ng trabaho ng Davao City LGU sa isang miyembro nila na si Alvin.
Kaya tayo dito sa City Government of Davao, na-hire natin noon ang ating pinakauna na city government employee na person with Down syndrome, si Alvin. Kaibigan ko din yon si Alvin, and nakita ko na trainable siya. So isa tayo sa mga LGUs na merong PWD na person with Down syndrome na nagtatrabaho para sa ating syudad.
Taos-puso ang galak ng ina ni Alvin sa pagkakataong ibinigay ng Davao City LGU sa kanyang anak.
Nakatabang ang gobyerno sa mga ingana nga mga bata. Kinahanglan jud ato jud pud silang suportahan. Dako jud kaayo akong pasalamat ba nga nakakuan si Alvin sa Ma'am Sara. Nakatabang sa ako ang anak.
Maraming okasyon na rin na naipakita ni Mayor Inday Sara Duterte ang kanyang pagmamahal sa mga may Down syndrome. May mga panahon pa nga na nakasabay pa niya ito sa mga aktibidad, gaya ng mountain climbing. Ngayong National Down Syndrome Consciousness Month, naway hindi natin makalimutan na sila ay may mga karapatan at kasapi rin ng ating lipunan.
Thank you, Ma'am Sara. Love you.
Ako si Chin Sabute, IPM News Update.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantayan lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Ba't ka sumali dyan? Panlalaki yan. Yun talaga yung mga naririnig ko that time eh.
Ako po ay galing sa mahirap na pamilya. Tuloy pa rin ang buhay, lumalaban pa rin ako.
Kaya nga ang ginawa ko, talagang nagsumikap ako sa lahat ng paraan na pwedeng mabuhay kami.
Fulfilling. Kasi parang dugot pawis po yung pinagdaanan namin during training.
Lahat ng mga leader ng LGBT mag-meeting kasi mayroon daw ibigay na programa ang gobyerno tulad ng mga livelihood.
The world will be a better place if objective po yung kagandahan.
Ang kagandahan sa akin, it's for everybody.
Maganda ako dahil nakasurvive ako sa hirap ng buhay ko noon.
Ako si Inday AJ, sasagitin ka sa anumang panganib.
Ako si Inday Masoy, kakampi mo sa hamon ng buhay.
Ako po si Inday Darwin, hahasain ang inyong isip tungo sa magandang buhay. Inday will always love you.
Sa kanyang dala, sa kanyang mga pakpak, kasama tayo sa pag-ibig. Sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo, tataas lilipan tayo. Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa.
Bago po tayo magbasa ng messages mula sa ating viewers, shoutout muna sa mga grupong sumusuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, kay Apo Bongbong Marcos at sa Uniteam. Kislap or kay Inday Sara, lilipad ang Pilipinas. Isip Pilipinas o Inday Sara, ikalawang Pangulo ng Pilipinas. Isda, Inday Sara Duterte ako at Sara tayo. Eto, ano kaya to? Paano to basahin? Bebe, Yumich, shoutout po, Mayor Inday Sara. Lagi po sana kayo mag-iingat ni BBM. Mahal na mahal po namin kayo. God bless po, Mayor. Maraming salamat, BB, sa inyong mensahe. And I'm sure natutuwa po si Mayor Sara Duterte at si BBM sa inyong mensahe. Maraming salamat sa inyong suporta. Mula naman kay Belinda Sedeno, watching from Jensen City. Hello po, Mayor Inday Sara Duterte. Maraming salamat po dyan sa mga taga General Santos City sa inyong patuloy na suporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte. Mula naman kay Basilio Criza, Pauline, Andrea. Kasama na talaga sa daily routine ko to keep safe, Madam VP Inday Sara. We support you all the way. Cariaga family from Caloocan. Pakigilit naman po ang tatay ko, Antonio Cariaga. Salamat po. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte at of course sa Unity ni BBM Sara. Maraming salamat po. Mula naman kay Andrea Nicole Peralta, good morning Councilor Tech and our Vice President Inday Sara watching from Cainta Rizal. Marami pong salamat sa inyo dyan sa Cainta Rizal sa patuloy niyong pagsuporta kay Mayor Inday Sara Duterte. Mula naman kay Marilu Barredo Gyonzon, watching from Bukidnon. Maraming salamat po dyan sa Bukidnon sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta po sa BBM Sara Uniteam. Maraming salamat po at mag-ingat po kayo. God bless. Mula naman kay Jalila Macabando, aking pangalawang Pangulo, Mayor Inday Sara Duterte. Maraming salamat po, Jalila, sa iyong pagsuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte bilang ikalawang Pangulo ng ating bansa. Maraming salamat. Mula naman kay Emmeline Asupan, I'm watching from Dagupan City, Pangasinan. Supporter kami ni BBM Sara Duterte, Abat family, and Morit family. Maraming salamat po, Abat and Morit family, sa patuloy niyong pagsuporta sa BBM Sara Unity. Maraming salamat po. Mula naman kay Gigi Reyes Prado. Good morning, Sir Tek and VP Sara. Malapit na matapos ang Mahalin Natin ang Pilipinas Ride. Ingat po palagi. Watching from Bulacan. Maraming salamat po sa taga Bulacan sa inyong pagsuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte at sa Unity. Marami pong salamat.
Inday Sara, ikaw ang Adila.
Dito sa Artist for Sara, nakikita po natin na parami ng parami at kung gaano nakalaki ang suporta ng mga Filipinong artist kay Mayor Sara Duterte. Kaya ngayong araw, tunghayan natin ang mga testimonya ng iilang piling artist sa bansa sa special segment na ito ng Artist for Sara. Paano rin po natin?
Action person siya. Kilos agad, hindi yung maraming drama. Meron silang paggalang sa isa't isa eh. Yun, pakiramdam ko yun yung importante. Continued health, tsaka wisdom. Ganon din, for the same reason, yung no drama, all action. It's that brand of government service that I want for my country.
Yun na nga yung pagmamahal ko sa ating presidente, si President Duterte, yun yung pagmamahal ko kay Inday Sara. Kaya doon ko nakuha yung katangian na matapang, matalino, may paninindigan, at maganda yung kalooban. Kasi sa leader kasi, pag walang tapang, paano mo ipapatupad ang batas? Pag yung walang talino, paano mo mariresolba lahat ng problema ng bansa? Pag wala kang paninindigan, baka naman madidiktahan ka ng ibang tao, 'di ba? Tapos, yung ganda ng kalooban, yung mga Duterte na yan, matatapang talaga yan. Yun ang talagang personality nila. Pero sobrang lambot, maiyak tuloy ako, sobrang lambot ng mga puso ng mga yun. Kahit, alam mo yung galit sila, pero durog na yung puso nila. Ayaw kasi nila nung may mga naapi, ganun. Kaya ako naiiyak kasi, syempre, matatapos na si Tatay Digong. Parang, oh my God, mamimiss ko siya. Kaya at least, maipagpatuloy ni Inday Sara, ni Mayor Inday Sara, yung nasimulan ng tatay niya. Nung mayor pa si Tatay Digong, siyempre pupunta ako ng Davao, tapos nakikita kami doon. Minsan sumasama ako sa kanya. Kaya alam mo yung nasasaktan ka sa mga binabato sa kanya ng mga negative. Nakilala mo kasi yung tao Tapos nababasa mo sa social media. Tapos kahit sa sobrang dami niya nagawa sa bansa natin, alam mo yung ang mali pa rin yung mga negative pa rin yung nakikita nila, hindi nila nakikita yung positive na matanda na yung presidente natin. Tapos alam mo yung ginagawa niya yung tama para sa atin. So hindi nila na-appreciate. Siyempre matatapos na si Tatay Digong. Kaya sobrang natutuwa ako na buti na lang tumakbo si Inday Sara. Kasi hindi namamatay yung Duterte sa politika. Kasi alam mo naman yung mga kalaban natin, si Inday Sara kasi nandun kasi sa kanya yung katangiang matapang. So hindi basta-basta si Inday Sara susuko. Kahit anumang mga negative na ibabato sa kanya, at least kaya ni Inday Sara yan harapin lahat. At thank you Inday Sara, at andito po, full support po ako sa iyo, at kung gaano ko kamahal si President Duterte, ganun din kita kamahal.
Ako po si Direk Niel de Mesa ng Artist for Sara. Kung ikaw ay isang Pilipino na tunay na sumusuporta kay Mayor Inday Sara Duterte at sa tambalang BBM Sara, hinahayag mo ito sa iyong social media accounts o nagsishare ng mga posts tungkol sa Unity. At syempre, ikaw ay isang malikhaing alagad ng sining. Maaring ikaw ay isang musiko, aktor, mga awit, kompositor, taga-teatro, mananayaw, designer, graphic artist, live performer, filmmaker, manunulat, DJ, o di kaya ay nasa larangan ng multimedia at creative arts. Maaari mo nang sabihin ikaw ay isang Artist for Sara. Isa sa adhikain ni Mayor Inday Sara ang pagkakapantay-pantay ng lahat ng mga Pilipino. Walang mayaman, walang mahirap, walang kasarian, walang relihiyon. Sa makatuwid, walang sikat at hindi sikat. Ang boses mo at ang iyong suporta ay mahalaga, lalo na sa larangan ng sining. Isang larangan na nais pang ibayuhin ni Mayor Inday Sara Duterte at suportahan sa paparating niyang termino. Kung nais mong makibahagi sa mga activities o events para sa tambalang BBM Sara, mag-email lang ng inyong contact details sa artistsforsara@gmail.com. Daghang salamat at mahalin natin ang Pilipinas. Syukran.
Assalamualaikum, madayaw ug maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. Maraming salamat sa mga kasapi ng Artists for Sara para sa inyong suporta sa aking mithiin na maging pangalawang pangulo ng ating bansa. Nakakataba ito ng puso at dagdag inspirasyon at lakas ng loob para sa akin. Sama-sama po tayong isulong ang isang mapayapa at maunlad na pamumuhay para sa bawat Pilipino. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas. Syukran.
Bago po tayo magpaalam, shoutout po muna sa mga grupong patuloy ang suporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, Apo Bongbong Marcos at sa buong Uniteam. Super Inday, Sara All, Masada o Marcos Sara Duterte Alliance, Inday Cares at iba't ibang BBM Uniteam chapters sa buong mundo. At kay Kapitan Felizardo Villacampa ng Barangay 40D, happy birthday nga pala sa inyo. Nonoy and Norma de Ocampo ng Barangay Kasigang sa Tomas, Davao del Norte. At dyan po nagtatapos ang Sara All for You ngayong araw ng Biyernes. Maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na pagsubaybay sa ating palatuntunan. Hanggang sa Lunes po muli. Muli pong paalala sa lahat, patuloy po tayong mag-ingat laban sa COVID-19. Kaya always wear your face mask, observe social distancing at magpabakuna o magpa-booster shot po tayong lahat. At sa ngalan po ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang inyong lingkod, puso at serbisyo, Tek Ocampo. At ito po ang Sara All for You. Happy weekend!
Sara Zimmerman Duterte is a Filipino politician and lawyer. She is popularly known in the Philippines as Inday Sara. The nickname Inday means beloved in the Visayan language. In her baptism records, her name is Sara Vicenta, in honor of her grandfather, Vicente. She is the second child of Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the 16th President of the Republic of the Philippines, and Elizabeth Zimmerman Duterte, a former flight attendant and teacher. Sara is the first ever elected woman and the youngest vice mayor and mayor of Davao City. Her life is profoundly backdropped by her family's long history in politics and public service. Her socio-political acumen and leadership skills have been sharpened by the Duterte family's tradition of working in the government and serving the people. Sara's grandfather, lawyer Vicente Tete Gonzales Duterte, was governor of the then undivided Davao Province from 1959 to 1965. For 3 years, starting 1965, he served as a Secretary of General Services of former President Ferdinand Marcos. Before this, he served as acting mayor of Cebu's municipality of Danao from 1946 to 1948. Sara's Lolo Tete was a man remembered by many for his humility and magnanimity. Her grandmother, Soledad Gonzales Roa, was an educator who established a foundation in Davao City that served indigenous people's children needing education. On the other hand, Sara's maternal ancestry provided her with an acute understanding of the heart of the working class. Her maternal grandfather, Godofredo Baldazo Zimmerman, was the son of George John Zimmerman, a German-American missionary, and Cristita Baldazo, who hailed from Hilongos, Leyte. Her lolo Godo worked his way up from crew to ship captain. Sara's grandmother, Purissima Puring Fortunado Abellana, was an exuberant popular vendor in Davao City's Bangkerohan and Manila's Baclaran markets. Puring's roots are traced back to Tuburan, Cebu, and is said to be a putative descendant of Hari Tupas, the son-in-law of Hari Humabon. Before politics, Sara had a brief stint as a court attorney in the Supreme Court of the Philippines in 2006. She then served as vice mayor from 2007 to 2010 and was elected mayor in 2010 in what is now known as the biggest landslide election victory in the history of Davao. Although a newcomer in 2007, Sara demonstrated transformational leadership skills among the members of the City Council. Her colleague, the veteran legislator Pilar Braga, described her as a firm, principled, tactful negotiator, pacifier, and fearless administrator. One of the landmark legislation passed when she was vice mayor was the Watershed Code of Davao. It aims to protect, conserve, and manage the watershed areas of the city. Her landmark project while serving vice mayor was Inday Para sa Barangay, a whole-of-government approach to service every year in each of the 182 barangays of the city. It is now called the Caravan of Government Services when she moved to the city mayor's office. During her term as mayor, the timeless Davao Life is Here brand was created. It propelled Davao City's image as a desired market and destination for investment and tourism events, including the meetings, incentives, conference, exhibitions market. As a neophyte mayor in 2010, she easily gained the trust of Region 11 economic pillars. Then President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. appointed her as chairperson of the Regional Development Council. The RDC under her leadership made notable accomplishments that propelled the region. She was also selected as a NEDA Board Regional Development Committee Mindanao Area Committee chairperson. During her first full year as RDC chairperson, Davao Region's gross regional domestic product expanded from 3.9% in 2011 to 7.1% in 2012. Because of this notable accomplishment, Sara was lauded by Joey Salceda, a prominent economist and well-respected member of the House of Representatives, as someone with an enlightened leadership style and sophisticated economic thinking. Under Sara's leadership, Davao City soared to greater heights and emerged as a premier city in Mindanao. For the short period of 2011 to 2013, Davao City received 36 awards, citations, and recognitions for good governance, business, tourism, health, environment, fiscal management, transparency, among others. Sara served as a regional officer of the National Movement of Young Legislators in 2007 to 2010 and served as officer in the National Executive Board of the League of Cities Philippines in 2010 to 2013. At this point, she already figured in the early surveys for senators in the 2013 elections, even if she was underage. In 2013, Sara took a respite from politics, devoting her time as one of the partner lawyers of Carpio and Duterte lawyers. She passed the pre-judicature program of the Philippine Judicial Academy in preparation for her plans to join the judiciary. Her desire to continue serving the public led her to be involved in a non-government organization, and in 2014, she was elected to the Board of Governors of the Philippine Red Cross. On the side, she worked on various product endorsements and as a segment host for a local morning news show on GMA Network. Her hosting job gave her the opportunity to volunteer, deliver relief, and report firsthand on the damage and the needs of the Boholanos during the 2013 earthquake. In 2016, Sara re-entered local politics and ran for mayor. She and her mother Elizabeth, who was in between cancer treatments, embarked on a national bus caravan called Biyaheng Duterte to help campaign for President Duterte. They were joined by some members of the family and Sara's friends and classmates from high school. Fresh from the success of the bus campaign, the centerpiece of her mayoral comeback was called Biyaheng Duterte, a political agenda guided by 30 projects for 10 priority sectors: education, health, poverty alleviation, infrastructure development, solid waste management and environment, agriculture, investment and tourism, traffic and transportation management, disaster risk reduction and management, and peace and order. As a believer of continuity, Sara's 2019 mayoral re-election bid was anchored on the 2016 platform, but this time called Biyaheng Duterte, the second trip. Sara relentlessly pursued peace and progress in her administration. As a result, she was able to lift Davao City to a stellar national status with 117 awards, citations, and recognitions from March 2017 to December 2021. Davao City is included on the 2021 Top 10 Richest Cities of the Philippines of the Commission on Audit. And in the same year, Davao City was ranked the 4th most competitive, highly urbanized city by the Department of Trade and Industry. At the end of calendar year 2022, Davao City is expected to be debt-free. At the start of 2016, when she returned as mayor, Davao City's loan balance was in the amount of 1.3 billion pesos out of all loans contracted by the city during the years 2000, between 2005 and 2010, and in 2015. Loan repayments have been consistently provided for in the budget. For the year 2022, the amount of 46.7 million pesos has been made available for the final repayment, making Davao City debt-free. During her terms as mayor between 2016 and 2022, she played supporting roles to the Regional Development Council and the Regional Peace and Order Council. Sara accepted the challenge of the appointment as chairperson of both the Metropolitan Davao Coordinating Committee under the RDC and the Task Force Tuganay of the RPOC. Both committees are trailblazing peace and development initiatives in Region 11. The Metro Davao Committee lists as an accomplishment the House of Representatives and Senate approval of the creation of Metropolitan Davao Development Authority. Sara has been recognized both here and abroad for the work that she has done as local chief executive. In 2012, she was one of the 88 nominees to the prestigious World Mayor Awards and one of the only 2 Filipino mayor nominees. In 2021, she was selected as the Philippines' top-performing mayor with a rating of 93% by an independent and non-commissioned survey of the RP Mission and Development Foundation, Incorporated. It was a feat achieved in the time of the crushing COVID-19 pandemic. Foreign governments have also recognized Sara for her work, generously supporting and inviting her to learn from their countries. She was one of only 2 Philippine mayors invited in 2012 by the government of Israel to attend the 28th International Mayors Conference. In that same year, she also participated in the World Mayors Forum in Singapore. In 2018, Sara participated in an urban planning study tour in the cities of Tokyo and Kitakyushu with the Japan International Cooperation Agency. And in 2020, she attended the 88th Winter Meeting of the United States Conference of Mayors in Washington, D.C. Sara is an alumna of the International Visitors Leadership Program of the U.S. State Department. Her advocacies are reflected in the projects dearest to her: the Peace 911, Magnegosyo Taday, Pagbabago Campaign, and the Kian Gabriel Hotline. Peace 911 is a successful local peace initiative that practically brought stability to the once conflict area of Paquibato District in Davao City. The project contributed to the collapse of the New People's Army Guerrilla Front 55. Magnegosyo Taday is a livelihood support project that encouraged entrepreneurship of women. The success of MTD spawned the Rainbow Magnegosyo Taday that intend to support entrepreneurship in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual community. The Pagbabago campaign is a two-pronged approach to solving interlocking problems related to poverty, children's education, and responsible parenthood. Through the Pagbabago campaign, children and parents in the communities are given bags branded as Pagbabago that contain reading materials on the importance of education and responsible parenting. Sara personally delivers these bags to children and parents. She uses her voice and influence to steer families into the right path out of poverty. The Kian Gabriel Hotline was created to allow anonymous reporting of child neglect and abuse that paved the way to rescue children in distress. The hotline was created in memory of 2 children in Davao City who died because of abuse. Since its operationalization in October 2016 and as of January 2022, no child has died at the hands of abusers in the city. In 2018, Sara led the creation of Hugpong ng Pagbabago, a region-wide political party aimed at creating a strong, peaceful, and developed region that can become a symbol of hope for our country's progress. Just like in 2016, she also went around the country in 2019, but this time on her favorite big bike, a 900cc Yamaha XSR, she fondly named Ella to help campaign for senator candidates. In November 2021, Sara took her oath as a member of the Lakas Christian Muslim Democrats National Party. Sara is currently the chairperson of both the HNP and Lakas CMD. Sara is an adopted member of the Philippine Military Academy Maharlika Class of 1984 and the Philippine National Police Academy Tagapagkalinga Class of 1991. She is a member of the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary and the Armed Forces of the Philippines Army Reserve Command. She holds the rank of Colonel and is currently the Assistant Brigade Commander of the 2202nd Ready Reserve Combined Arms Brigade, Philippine Army. She has received several medals, ribbons, badges, and citations for her work in Davao in support of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. She also received a presidential award from former President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. and the Philippine Commission for the Urban Poor in December 2011. And in August 2021, Sara was celebrated by Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards as someone who has contributed to the creation of a brighter future. Sara is a Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Therapy graduate from the San Pedro College in Davao City. She received her Juris Doctor degree from the San Sebastian College Recoletos in the city of Manila. She was presented as one of the 30 most outstanding St. Augustine awardees of San Sebastian in January 2014 and was granted by the San Sebastian College of Law the Distinguished Alumna Award for Public Service in February 2020. She also received the Distinguished Woman of Service Award from the San Beda College Alumni Association in February 2011. Sara spent 4 years of law school at the San Beda and her final year in San Sebastian. Sara is a graduate in 2011 of the twin program of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Command and General Staff College, General Staff Course, and the Development Academy of the Philippines, Master of Public Management. Sara is blessed as an adopted member of the Ata tribe of Davao City in 2013. She was given the name Bio Simulun. She is also an adopted daughter of the province of Camarines Sur and the city of Tangub, and in 2019, she was blessed as an adopted daughter of the province of Abras Tingyan tribe. Given the name Dulimaman, which was inspired from the courageous heroine in the tribe's epic Wadagan Ken Dulimaman. Sara was once involved in an infamous punching incident of a court sheriff in 2011. She has twice publicly apologized for what happened and was suspended by the Department of the Interior and Local Government and reprimanded through an administrative case. Looking back, she describes the sad incident as a turning point in her life as a politician, a constant reminder not to embarrass the mandate given to me by the people. She now considers herself the best person to talk about peace because she was once a national face of rage. Meanwhile, Sara has a collection of photos of herself with facades and altars of numerous Catholic churches taken during her travels all around the country. She is keenly interested in the architecture and history of Catholic churches, believing that each reflect the faith of the people and the uniqueness of the towns where these churches are built. She is married to fellow lawyer Manassas Reyes Carpio, and they have 3 children named Shark, Stingray, and Stonefish. Inday Sara is undoubtedly no magician, but the strength of her heart to lift everyone and soar high, fight, and win makes her second to none.